agreed to come and deliver the key. Minister for Higher Dr. K.Veeramani sir and deliver the valedictory address tomorrow. Professor Dr. S. Armstrong, Member Syndicate, Vice Chancellor Convener Committee, University of Madras, who has been a pillar of support to us. We welcome you warmly, sir. We also welcome Mr. Kumaresan, Treasurer, Dravidian Historical Research Center, Dr. Olivan, Member, Dravidian Historical Research Center, who have been pillars to this event. The symposium over the course of 2 days will explore the ideological foundation, historical trajectory, and contemporary relevance of the self-respect movement and the broader Dravidian legacy. From the assertion of dignity and rationalism to the
Tamil Nadu, voice of social justice, voice of constitutional rights in Government of India. Dr. Govichelian, Honorable Minister for Higher Education and Pro-Chancellor of University of Madras, who is going to deliver the valedictory address tomorrow. Dr. Mr. Kumaresan, Treasurer of Dravidian Historical Research Center, Dr. G. Olivannan, Dr. K.Veeramani, Assistant Professor and Head, Anna Center for Public Affairs, University of Madras, Dr. Jagdishan from Dravidian Historical Research Center, Dr. R. Balakrishna IAS, who is going to deliver plenary address, Mr. Anuraj Anna, dear dignitaries, faculty members, and members of Dravidian Sangam, Nadu, Marapan and other important faculty members, research scholars, students who are online. This conference is very important because our Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, in his recent visit, first he initiated and visited universities in Germany and also University of Oxford. So first instance, in Germany, our Chief Minister, I looked at him as a professor in the way he conducted himself in the library of University of Cologne, who brought lot of Tamil manuscripts to Roja Muttaya Library, who handed over yesterday. It's a great source of inspiration for scholars and students, faculty like me. The reason is, he's very careful in curating universities, which is a place and source of knowledge in this world. His next speech in Oxford, University of Oxford, where he also visited the graveyard of G. is another great milestone for India, not only Tamil Nadu, where he unveiled the portrait of our Periyar. That is the greatest milestone in this Dravidian model government. And we have our Honorable MP, who is the voice of Tamil Nadu for bringing justice in everything. Justice not in society. Our MP, Honorable MP, withholds justice for everybody. Justice for the disability. Justice for, democratic justice is very important. Social democracy is very important. He also talks about important Dravidian ideology, which is unique not only for India and Tamil Nadu, it is for the world. I see our Chief Minister's efforts to unveil the portrait in the portals of the educational capital of the world, University of Oxford, which is a place that produced presidents and prime ministers of the entire world. In that context, this conference has been organized by the Anna Center for Public Affairs, which is the part and vibrant department of University of Madras. And this department promotes not only conferences like this, they bring lot of innovative courses and also courses related to social justice in this department. So I really felicitate all the students and also faculty members. Dear friends, this conference has been supported by Faculty of Genetics, Economics, Sociology, Microbiology, and Medical Biochemistry, Management Studies, Biology. Just imagine the teamwork behind this conference. This is the first time University of Madras has attempted to bring together faculty from different departments. The reason is our Asiraya. He is the great source of inspiration. He has been guiding us and telling us we must have a conference to highlight the academic importance of Periyar. So this conference, the aim of this conference is to academize Periyarism in the world. You have many students and scholars around the world who are all, studying and practicing, Periyar as a role model. But when we look at the syllabus in the Indian curriculum, I was really very sad. And this conference outcome will be to academize Periyarism in the curriculum. Why? The reason is, I would like to felicitate this conference because Periyar, when the European Western civilization took 500 years for bringing the age of reason, within the span of 50 years, our Tandai Periyar's missionary leadership changed the entire landscape of Tamil Nadu. So 500 years of European age of reasoning and 50 years of our Periyar's leadership is very important. So I would like to call 2 ages of revolutionary transformation took place in the world when Europe took 500 years and the Periyar took only 50 years to rationalize our thinking. So we have to celebrate Periyar in the academic world because, for instance, rational inquiry during the age of reason and also scientific revolution, individual rights, separation of church and state, social contract, all these concepts took many years, curated by philosophers like Voltaire, Rousseau and Kant, who challenged traditional authority through reason. When it comes to Tamil Nadu, Periyar's vision brought all these things together in his movements. The success of his movement is he not only practiced, he not only theorized, he also practiced whatever he wrote, whatever he thought. That is the great success of our Dravidian movement. The age of Dravidian movement can also be called peaceful revolution. When you take 1900 to 1950, this is very important because this age of Dravidian movement must be called the age of reason in Tamil Nadu. Because Periyar was a philosopher king. I would like to bring some of the important concepts that are familiar. Rational deconstruction. When you take French philosopher Derrida, he also deconstructed like our own Periyar. I would like to call rational deconstruction, educational reform, women's liberation, social equality. We can equate all these concepts with great scholars in the world. Due to lack of time, I am not going into the important names. But what is very, very important is taking Periyarism seriously is very, very important. There is a necessity for all of us to academize Periyarism in our curriculum. This short note, I conclude. Thank you for the opportunity extended to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable insights. I now request Prince N.R.S. Periyar to introduce Australia. Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. A. Raja, will now be introduced by Dr. P. Muthukumar, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Political Science, Presidency College.
Good morning all. This is a delightful day. To speak truth to power is not defense, it is duty. That's what Periyar's path, and it remains our today. A thinker of great eminence, a fiery speaker of Indian Parliament, a revolutionary in his thoughts, a firebrand of social change, a lighthouse for the seekers of social justice. Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. A. Raja is a senior political leader representing the Nilgiris Lok Sabha constituency, Tamil Nadu. A prominent leader of Dravidian movement and Dravida Muneta Kalagam, He has served multiple terms in Parliament since 1996 and held key positions in the Government of India, including Union Minister of Environment and Forest in 1999, 2004 and 2007, and Minister of Communications and Information Technology from 2007 to 2009. A lawyer of profession and committed social activist. Mr. Raga has been a strong advocate for social justice, federalism, and the empowerment of marginalized communities, especially scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. He played a major role in implementing reforms in the telecom and environmental sectors and is known for promoting the principles of Dravidian movement. As an author of works like Dalit Manifesto, a blueprint for change, and Dravidian or Hindutva, he continues to engage with issues of caste, democracy, and equality. Mr. Raja remains a key figure in advancing the legacy of Periyar's self-respect movement and DMK's vision in Indian politics. We are honored to welcome Mr. A. Raja to deliver the key address, a prominent figure and advocate for social justice. Mr. Raja brings deep insights into the political and ideological legacy of the Dravidian movement and its relevance in contemporary India. His address will set the tone for India's discussions, anchoring them in both historical context and present-day urgency. Even in the utmost future, the world will not willingly let die your preaching of fellowship and equality, said Periyar. Now, I am privileged to invite the Honorable Member of Parliament, R. Rasa, to deliver the keynote address. Please.
Most respected Asriyar Ayya, Vice Chancellors of the University, Professor Dr. Armstrong, Dr. K.Veeramani, Mr. Kumaresan, Dr. Molivana, distinguished gatherings, learned intellectuals, those who are going to deliver address in the forum, dear students, Vanakkam. I have been earmarked in the invitation to as if I am going to give keynote address. I think that it has been mistakenly printed like that. I have been invited here to sit along with you as a close associate of this event in identifying and selecting the speakers and augmenting some supplementary needs to this conference. However, I want to minimize my speech since Rasid Ayya is going to give a detailed lecture on this subject. He is competent and he is the only person can allow respect movement for its century milestone. Just I recall my memories. When Dr. Ambedkar wrote a book, Caste, Genesis, Mechanism and Development of Caste, wherein in the year 1920s, that book was celebrated by Columbia University, but it was banned at the instigation of some people in Tamil Nadu. They went to High Court and they went to Privy Council to ban the book. Ambedkar thoughts were prevented in 1920s by using the windows of Privy Council, but today Periyar entered the same Cambridge same Oxford University without any deadlock and hindrance. Both are same sides of one coin. This is the achievement of self-respect movement. We are all celebrating Periyar today. Why? Why the self-respect movement has got its own significance and importance in the political arena of this country. I am a little bit afraid, to be frank with you. No doubt we are having every right to celebrate ourselves that we have marched 100 years with glory and success and achievements. But we are at crossroads. Why? Another philosophy and principle also celebrating century. There were three philosophies emanated in this country in 1925. One is self-respect, respecting the people, no caste, no religion, no discrimination, empowerment of women. This is our philosophy. The same philosophy was formed in the year 1925. Mark, please, in the same year, another philosophy was enunciated by RSS, diametrically opposite to this. One more philosophy was invented and introduced in this country in 1925, that is communism. Three philosophies simultaneously took travel in this country. We are celebrating 100th year with glorious. Another organization also claiming that we are also achieved so many successes. People are confused. The purpose for this function and symposium should be not only to celebrate Periyar, to distinguish the two philosophies and identify and inculcate the people's mind which philosophy is suited for this country, which philosophy will uphold the constitution of India. The framing the constitution itself is a task. The framing the constitution itself is a war between the two ideologies. The first article, India, that is Bharat itself, is having its own controversy. Ambedkar was very categorical. The word Bharat was inserted as against my will, possibly by the people. Today they are celebrating this is Bharat, Bharat, Bharat. So there is identity, philosophical identity behind that. Starting from Article 1, in every article, the philosophical values of rationalism was resisted by the people, those who are sitting in the Constitutional Assembly. You go for the national flag. When the national flag was designed, even Gandhi did not accept this national flag. RSS did not accept this national flag. Gandhi wanted to have spindle in the middle. That is being Congress flag now. RSS wanted to have saffron flag. Who did this? There was confused. He called Dr. Ambedkar. What will be the national flag? Ambedkar suggested, simply suggested, you are a rationalist, I believe. If you want to have a secular constitution, then the national flag must coincide with the constitution. Which can be the emblem in the national flag? He suggested Ashoka Chakra. The Ashoka Chakra represents the Ashoka period where the Nalanda University came into existence, where Buddha's teachings are completely spread out in the country. There is no caste system. The Sanatana Dharma was almost finished. Such a glorious period, this Ashoka Chakra was represented to show that the society should move. Society should not be a stagnant and sinking pool in terms of caste, in terms of religion. So you must identify in the national flag that Ashoka Chakra must be there. There was a great debate when you introducing the national flag. Ultimately, Dr. Ramakrishnan spoke a good speech. I quote, "Today we are moving from Sanatana Dharma to an egalitarian society which is being represented by this Ashoka view." Unquote. So, framing the constitution itself, introducing national flag itself, our ideological war were broken that broken war still is going on and became it's a big menace before us, where Periyar is essentially needed for us to save the constitution, to save India. So, what Periyar did, we can summarize simply. The philosophy of Hinduism written by Dr. Ambedkar says 5 or 7 ingredients. One is graded inequality. Number 2, prohibition of education. Number 3, prohibition of property. Number 4, suppression of suppression of women. These 4 or 5 elements are contemplated in philosophy of Hinduism, which is not suitable to us. So that the constitution came into existence to protect liberty, equality, and fraternity. So if you want to keep the liberty, equality, fraternity as contemplated in the constitution, then the contra philosophy has to be removed, must be eliminated. That is the duty of the Periyarist, that is the duty of Ambedkarist. When you are celebrating century of self-respect movement, be ready for a war. Ideologically, you must be prepared to fight, to protect the constitution, to maintain the egalitarian society by using Periyar and Periyar's cause. This is our ambition. I hope this symposium will give a light to the students and young minds of Tamil Nadu, because we are the pioneer. We are the pioneer. A chief minister is claiming very boldly that philosophically we are out of Delhi. A chief minister of state is claiming that we are out of control of Delhi. Not in terms of territorialism, not in terms of administration. In terms of philosophy, we are not slave to Delhi. Because Delhi is being ruled by some other philosophy which is diametrically opposite to us, which was enacted in 1925. We are also fighting same 1925 philosophy as against Delhi. That is why our Chief Minister M.K. Stalin said, we are out of control of Delhi, we are Dravidian model, we will not accept whatever your philosophy which is completely against us. So, I ask the professors and the students, this is not only function for showering encomium and Periyar, are making ourselves glorious. Where we have to take a vow. We have to take a vow that our philosophy is going to protect India, going to protect Constitution, and whoever is against this philosophy, whoever in society, will be wiped out from this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. A. Raja, sir. That was a wonderful speech. I now request Prince NRS Periyar, sir, to introduce Astiraya.
Good morning, Mona. It will always be too little, however much time we take to speak about the life and work of the legend I have the honor to introduce here, who was identified, nurtured, trained, guided, and entrusted with great responsibilities by Thandai Periyar as the editor of Vidudalai and as the General Secretary of Dravidian Kazhagam, who now leads as the President of Dravidian Kazhagam, who was introduced as the Jnana Sambandhan of Dravidian movement by late lamented Anna, and who was fondly called as Aruyir Ilaval Tamizhar Thalaivar Asiriyar by Kalaignar Dr. K.Veeramani, who was described as an inspiration for social justice by former Prime Minister V.P. Singh, and who was recognized as a driving force by our beloved Chief Minister, the historical hero of social justice, Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin, who beyond being a torchbearer of the movement as an institution builder, developing the Periyar institutions from schools to colleges and to a university, who now serves as the Chancellor of the Periyar Institute of Science and Technology, a deemed to be university, who is the man behind the implementation of the Mandal Commission the guardian of 69% reservation in Tamil Nadu, and the tireless fighter for women liberation, rationalism, anti-caste movement, and communal harmony, who has traveled across the world to spread and hail Periyar's ideology, talking the message of equality and self-respect beyond borders, who was honored by the government of Tamil Nadu with the title Tagaisal Tamilan, and who, even at the age of 93, carries forward this mission with undiminishing zeal to globalize the ideals of Periyar. Ladies and gentlemen and students, I have the proud privilege to present before you the living legend of our time, Dr. K.Veeramani.
Our most respectful member of the parliament, an ideal parliamentarian, is always prepared to pay any price for his ideology, whether it is from here or from Periyar, he is prepared. He is very unique. So it is all better and more fitting to give him. We cannot find a better selection to suit and give the keynote address for a self-respect symposium. That will be a movement which has seen a century of events, continuous opposition, maligned problem, all these are there. So, Mr. Raja, our paternal Raja, who are always Raja to us, we are told Raja for God. Rajas have gone, Raja has come. So always, it is my proud privilege to be with you, not only here, but everywhere and every time. So we are very, very happy. And here, and first of all, let me thank all the members of this centenary committee. This symposium, very historical symposium, as the University of Madras is very historical, its achievement. I have got a right to be here, not as a chancellor, but one among you, because I am also a student of Madras University, who I God me. And also, and more than my introduction, he has wasted some time, so I could also speak and more time, take my time, because whether I am known the reputed field or not, I am a very notorious person. So everybody knows me, no introduction at all, because notoriety is very fast than my other aspects. So I thank you, whatever it is. More than that, I am very happy. I am not new to this great audience, but young friends, I am very happy to meet you and convey the thoughts of Periyar. You have introduced me first. This university, it demands a decorum. That is why Professor Armstrong has in his usual way that decency and decorum demands it. As a chancellor, he is going to preside over in this great symposium. But one thing, my dear honest friends and fraternal comrades, more than the chancellor, I would like to introduce myself, not as a chancellor, but a lifelong student of Periyar. Because the chancellor's post may come and go, may be stripped out any time, but the studentship of Periyar, for its research, for its utility of the social reform and revolution, is always attracts me. Still, you have to understand Periyar. What is the proper life? More important, So I would like to welcome and offer my salutations to all of you who are participants, the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear colleagues and friends. This is a wonderful opportunity to know more about just a bird's eye view about Periyar. Periyar is a very unique leader, as rightly pointed out by our Anna, a doughty warrior, a maverick. That is a right word to describe, a maverick. Maverick is one person who always stands against any kind of onslaught till he carries that. So Periyar's self-respect movement is a very unique movement. And Dr. Armstrong has inaugurated it by inviting us. He has given an opportunity. Sir, Mr. Vice Chancellor selection, Dr. Armstrong, already I have heard through other Armstrong, it may be a small step for mankind, humankind, but will be a giant leap for the humankind. So also that equally applies to Periyar also. That is more important. So more fitting. So that Armstrong, when he put on the left leg, here they won't allow to have the left leg when he entered. And he put his right leg, he would not have gone, he would not return. That itself killing the superstition. So also, you are the person, you are the Vice Chancellor selection chair. So you have got every right to welcome Periyar. But for Periyar, we have now entered this university, all our colleagues. Because of Periyar, we are now what we are today. Though we owe our deep debt of gratitude to Periyar. That is why the Symposium and Periyar's movement, the self-respect movement, has done a lot of work, putting centuries into a capsule. That's a very right word used by our Anna when he felicitated Periyar on his birthday at Tiruchirappalli. Said, beautiful idea, sentence, putting centuries into a capsule. And Periyar's work within a century has so much of achievements. No other movement in the world has met so much of sweep of history. Still, Periyar is a living force. So many people ask us whether Periyar is relevant today. Is Periyar's philosophy is very relevant more than any time. It is more relevant today. It is a need of the hour. It is a memory. It is a correct medicine for the whole of Shastism. Why a self-respect movement was born? That is the main question. And self-respect movement, because very simple. Periyar has never into any portals of colleges or universities. But why Periyar's philosophy, Periyar's self-respect movement is entering every college? Our beloved Chief Minister, who is a Dravidian ideology, modern Dravidian model, has gone few weeks back to Oxford and introduced, unveiled the Periyar's portrait there. Thereby, Periyar entered the Oxford. This is not the first time that Periyar enters Madras University. Already National University, I will have to show you one. In the short time, the political career of K.Veeramani Nayakar. See, why Nayakar he has already discarded in the second port conference. But since he has the philosophy, since the research degree was registered in this name, he cannot leave it. So this book was seen by Periyar. It was given by 50 years ago by Isa Viswanathan. When recently we have invited, and next November our Raja is going to Australian conference of self-respecters and other things. There in the university, already Periyar has entered the National University of Canberra in Australia. So everywhere, his book. So internationally Periyar is known. Why? Because self-respect movement is a very unique movement. How it is unique? Because it is very unique on many respects. It is still that movement swims against the current. It is easy to swim with the current. But Periyar's ideology is not easy to understand. Very simple. The whole of the world, everywhere, you cannot see a human being is born with a stick of caste and other superstitions. Here, after 78 years of independence, Periyar asked when he was alive, everywhere. My only question is, in India, where this is only problem, you say this is Nana Bhumi. Yes, it may be a Nana Bhumi, but whether it is equal opportunities for all. My work, why is self-respect movement was there? Because of the fact, its main fact is eradication of caste and untouchability. Not only untouchability, is very peculiar to understand, make them understand the foreigners. Untouchability, unseeability, unapproachability. What kind of thing? Atrocious. Periyar got rid of, he wanted to say, to create a new society, which is casteless, which is no discrimination. Very simple. It is the human beings. Can we see all human beings are born free? But how they lead, that is the main question. Because Periyar asked me, my movement is there for eradication of, for equality and eradication of caste and all discriminations. Discrimination by birth should be put an end to. That is why this movement, already the caste and varnashrama dharma and manadharma and all these kind of different discriminations have made the human beings dehumanized persons. From dehumanization, our movement, the self-respect movement, want to rehumanize the people. That's all, very simple. How to humanize? You may be surprised, we are all human beings. There is a necessity for humanize. Yes, in this country, my dear brothers, my dear comrades, in this country, it is easy to divinize people than humanize people. We can create Kailasa and offer visa by offering saffronization, but we cannot humanize the human people. That was the Periyar's major work, how to humanize the human beings. Yes, because there is a discrimination by birth. Oh, male is superior and female is inferior. So they don't have any right of Periyar questioned this. So Periyar's movement has selected the best. He has said it. You take all the dictionaries of the world and you find out a single equivalent, more fitting word as self-respect. You can have many names in many movements, movement, and all these things, but nowhere, the whole world, the word self-respect is the only word which is more applicable in India, in particular Tamil Nadu, where he has not entered into any audience. That is why he has a very unique movement. Let me confine myself because of the time constraint. I don't want to take much of the time of the other speakers also. But one thing, see here, very unique movement. Not only in swimming against the current, principle, we gave the principle, how a movement could be the best run, how to touch whatever may be the problems. And Periyar has defined during his explanation of how the movement is there to create the four important qualities where is more important. The four important elements, how your movement could be, one is self-respect movements ordinary, you have already done it. Periyar, first a movement requires an exemplary leader. Second, he has unassailable principles. Two. And third, the truthful volunteers of the movement. Fourth is, according to him, the honest propagandists. So all these four things, one is first the exemplary leadership, unassailable principles, and truthful volunteers, and honest propagandists. Periyar, so ordinary consists of all these things. That is why it has become the more, very particularly, the more concerned and more people-oriented. Periyar always has gone and done, and very unique in the other sense also. One is two. Unique how? Because principles came, then movement was arrived. Nowadays it is a very ridiculous people who start parties, they don't announce their principles. They don't know what are the principles. But Periyar took principles, then gives the party, then the very unique aspects. Periyar principles started where? Let all this, because this is an august audience. You will have to think, Periyar's first principle is, even before he started self-respect movement, the principles came first. And then later on, the movement's name, self-respect, was there. First, let me tell one example. When he was an ardent disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, he differed from Gandhi on the issues or principles. When he wanted to say, no, that all the Aryan people, let them have some kind of separate well to drink. No, Periyar said, my dear Mahatma Ji, I am always your disciple. I beg to differ from you, because if you give well, separate well, if you give all kinds of facilities, but separate them, that is another, you are strongly putting the untouchability everywhere. So, perpetuating the system. So let us have a common wall, common well, common thing. Even now, there are walls of untouchability, protecting that. So Periyar's movement, even before it was born, the principles were found. Another thing I would like to point out from another quoting from Hindu centenary number, 100 years of Hindu, as published, and our former editor, the editorial group, Mr. Vijay Shankar, is there. I hope you will agree with me. In that page 333 and 38, there was one thing very important. When Saran Mahadevi Gurukulam was discrimination and all these things, it went to Gandhiji. One group says, no, there was discrimination between Brahmin boys and non-Brahmin boys. That should go because this is a national Gurukulam. And when we want to create a national Gurukulam, how could I have the discrimination and all these things? Then the matter went to the higher up. And Gandhi, what was Gandhi's solution? Gandhi said, no, it is better because let them have the same city, but by Brahmin cooks it will be done. Dr. Vadaraya Naidu, who was an ardent opposing the system, said even Periyar was hesitant how to oppose Gandhi and all this in this. He was very supporting Vadaraya Naidu, then president of the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee. He said, no, it won't. And then that evening, Periyar, as the secretary of Tamil Nadu Congress Committee in 1924, even during the period of Vaikam Satyagraha, this movement, how it is principled placed first, he addresses audience. It is reported in Hindu centenary number 338 page, clearly that Periyar gives for English language, donates one new word for the English language. If the caste question, this I didn't quotation, put to quote, if the caste question here is not settled in India before the Britishers leave this country, there will be only Brahminocracy. And he has heard the Brahminocracy. Right? See, nobody has known that word Brahminocracy. And that is why this is reported. That was 1924, before the self-respect movement started, 1925. So the principle made at the movement. The movement was born because of this reason. He was addressing a meeting along with the Rajaji and all this in Tirupur. When he was a Congress president, before the movement was there, he condemns the public meeting about the caste system, about the untouchability. And he tells the public meeting he is very open and very vocal. And also the people's language, he used to explain his ideas. So he was asking, so what happened? This means that whatever it is, when your Ramayana, when your other Puranas, Idihasas may be great, he was saying, oh, ideal Ram. No. What is the reason for the Sambhu? Whether I believe the Sambhuhan incident or not, whether I believe the Dronacharya or not, the discrimination is being protected. That is why we want to say, I am against it. We want to demolish caste system entirely. Everything should be there. If the God crosses that, you don't bother about the God. Don't bother about the human beings, how to humanize the people. This is the self-respect. And last but not least, one thing. Now, Periyar movement has come to this academic circuit. Very last, because he was a professor as in Tamil Nadu. All his meetings were done in the public open arena and people were educated. So the education must be not only a monopoly, it is a social monopoly by all these things. That is why Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar and Periyar had on the both sides of the same coin. They were always with it. That is why they are for education to be socialized and equalized. Social justice, self-respect are one together. That is why. And then he wanted to eradicate the caste system, eradicate women enslavement. Equality is more important. First step, equality. The next step is empowerment. And when you go there, all the professors are here. You more than equality, you should empower. And if Periyar's movement was not born, where all our people, I see many of our friends without any discrimination are sitting here. No discrimination. 100 years back, this would not have been taken. First question, what is your caste? What is my caste? All these things. Now we don't know our caste. That is still, we will have to wait by it. So battles, Periyar is won. The movement, we have won many battles. We are very happy. But war is yet to be won. The war is yet to be won. That is why the torch of Periyar must be taken to everywhere. That is more important. So let us all join together. Periyar has put one last important question to the constitutionalists. In the Indian Constitution, Article 17 says untouchability is abolished and in its any form it should be punished. That was Article 17. But Periyar, in his last conference at Chennai, here, he passed a resolution demanding the government of India. Instead, you will have to amend the constitution if you are interested in the equality, because earlier the preamble very clearly says equality, justice social, economic and political, all these things. If it is elaborated in the constitution, if you are very sincere in establishing, eradicating the untouchability, how do you know whether it is untouchable or untouchable? How do you know? Periyar asked very simple question. No, because of caste, because of varna, because of caste. Caste is the root and untouchability is the branch. Why you want to cut the branch only? You will have to go to the root deep, and that is why I request this government of India. That was the last resolution passed by Tandai Periyar, and self-respect movement was converted as Dravida Kadagam. And he has put this simple question. You just change a one word. Instead of untouchability is abolished, put a word caste is abolished, and its any form is forbidden by law. If that is done, very simple. But everywhere under the present government, see, they were one nation, one religion, one culture. He asked only one, why not one caste? No answer. So, Periyar is still relevant. Periyar's philosophy is our weapon. So let us take that weapon. And with all this, my dear friends, the august audience, I would like to understand and make one thing. With all this great change, no blood is done, no secret. Periyar's movement is open book. Periyar stands for peace. Periyar never resorted into any violence. More than all the non-violent methods, and Periyar was propagating. And if you just propagate your ideas, then public opinion marches forward if law comes limping behind. That is the problem. So we created public opinion. People are everywhere. Periyar name could not be eschewed. You cannot. Periyar is still threatening force for many people. Even when his statue is being scared away many people. So Periyar is a living force. Let us all protect and propagate and not to disturb, not to distort. Periyar movement will always be a landmark, and it will be the solution to the problem. So let us all support the self-respect movement. Whether you like it or not, it is a social science. The social science will always be a war. Always we are willing to a war. Thank you very much for hearing me. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Recently, you want to know more than that? This book I would like to introduce to this Periyar, Past Nation and Socialism by S.P. Rajadurai, very recently published this one. And also John Vitta, as caste pride is to be always to be appreciated. And another thing is here, the search for self-respect movement is by an American author. They are now only they are searching for we are centenary, celebrating the centenary. It is the greatness of Periyar at one thing. So because of this, you kindly go through all these things. Because another thing is, recently, our Chief Minister released this book, the companion of, the Cambridge companion to Periyar, by A.R. Venkataraman and Karthik Rammohan. So so many people, and the last one is Periyar's collected works. Periyar's collected works contain so much of genesis of the movement and all these things. So you want to study more, my dear friends, you will have to go through all these books so that you will get an idea. So paucity of time, and that is why I introduce all these books by Periyar. Because Periyar, whenever he starts his speech, he always introduces books. That is why it is more fitting and proper. That may also put the same methodology. Thank you very much. Okay.
What a pleasure it was to listen to the wise words of a living legend. We knew it would be great, but the add-on humor made it legendary. Thank you so much, dear Aya. Every voice that spoke, every ear that listened, and every hand that worked behind the scenes made this gathering more than an event. It became a collective movement. We now invite Professor G. Sudandran, Professor of Biochemistry, to deliver the vote of thanks, expressing our collective gratitude to all the speakers, participants, organizers, and supporters who made this event meaningful and memorable.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, dear colleagues and friends, good morning to all of you. It is indeed my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this historic occasion as we commemorate the century of self-respect, Periyar, and the legacy of the Dravidian movement 1925 to 2025. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished speakers, guests, and beloved students who have graced this symposium with their presence. I sincerely thank Dr. K.Veeramani, Assistant Professor and Head, Anna Center for Public Affairs, University of Madras, for the warm words of welcome that set the tone for today's gathering. My special thanks to Dr. G. Keyveeramani sir, member of the Dravidian Historical Research Center, for presenting the theme of the symposium and reminding us of the scholarly significance of this centenary. I extend our deepest appreciation to our beloved Professor S. Armstrong sir, Syndicate Member and Vice Chancellor Communal Committee Member of University of Madras, for his felicitation and words of encouragement. We are truly honored by the presence of our veteran leader, Asiriyar Ayya, Dr. K.Veeramani, Chancellor of Periyar Institute of Science and Technology, Tanjavur, whose presidential address has inspired us with the vision and relevance of Periyar's ideals in today's society. Thank you very much, sir. Our gratitude goes to Mr. A. Raja, legendary leader, Honorable Member of Parliament, Nilgiris Lok Sabha constituency, for his powerful keynote address that highlighted the enduring impact of the Dravidian movement on democracy, equality, and social justice. I also thank the organizers, students of the Anna Center for Public Affairs, University of Madras, and volunteers of the Dravidian Historical Research Center, Chennai, for their tireless effort in bringing the symposium together, making it not just an academic discussion but a historic remembrance. As we reflect on the life and work of our legendary leader, Tandai Periyar, E.V. Ramasamy, we are reminded of his fearless fight against caste oppression, his tireless advocacy for self-respect, gender equality, and rationalism. His pioneering vision of social justice is not a chapter of the past, but a continuing call to action for all of us in the present. Finally, I thank all the participants, scholars, faculties from different disciplines, students, well-wishers who have joined us today, reaffirming that Periyar's principles still guide and inspire generations to come. On behalf of the organizers, I once again express my heartfelt gratitude to every contributor who made this inaugural day meaningful and memorable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request all the participants that we have arranged refreshments in the ground floor, room number G33. Yeah, where the registration has been completed. Kindly take your time. Please be back in 5 minutes so that we can move on with the next session. Yeah, 10 minutes.
She first said take your time and back in 5 minutes, but we'll have it an average 10 minutes, please.